today's video is for you if you are thinking about going into the baking business, especially towards opening a cake business, a cakery or whatever you may call it, but basically baking cakes. And before I forget, do not forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe to my channel already. So if you already follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, you do know that I bake cakes, right? I do bake cakes. But lately I have scaled that down, and the reason basically comes to the nature of my job. Currently, I am prioritizing my 8 to 5, which is not even an 8 to 5. Sometimes we work even up to 10 p.m. We have meetings late up to 10 p.m. Our meeting starts as early as 7 a.m. I work Saturdays, and remember I have children, so all those things. So I did my math, and I decided as of now I really need to focus on my 8 to 5, if I may call it so. Then baking is always something that I can do when I have the time, or when things align for me on a personal level, then I can go back to it. So what are my lessons? This is what I want to share with you. So I'm assuming you've learned how to bake, or if you haven't, you've gone to school for it, or you found someone who bakes really good stuff and they have taught you how to bake, or you are a self-taught baker who can do good stuff. So first things, is it something you love? Sometimes there are two aspects to that, but I'll cover passion first, because I think it's important to do things that you like, things that you love. That way it does not become such a task all the time. So is it something you love? And remember, you might love to bake, but not to bake like a job, because now if you're opening a cake business, you remember now this is a job. Now you might enjoy baking every once in a while, but if you're told you have to bake now for the rest of your life, or for this month, then you have to bake every day 2-3 cakes and decorate, then you find that difficult. So you need to assess, is it a passion? And is it a passion that even with the pressure of delivering your revenues, it's something you would still be passionate about on a daily basis? Because surely, and we know this and you know this, it is not all passion that is for profit. That's how it is. Number 2, there's a lot of people baking cakes nowadays. And I'm not here to discourage you. Competition is everywhere, and there's nothing wrong with competition. But you just have to be cognizant that nobody is seated waiting for you to open your cake business, because there's already many cake businesses out there. There are already experts out there. There are already people with pretty low prices out there. So just know you are not the only one. There's no one waiting for you. There's a lot of people who can bake really good cakes. So just be prepared and have a strategy as to how you are going to break into the market. What is your strategy? Are you going to use your friends, your network of friends and family? Are you going to use your church? Are you going to use your strong, maybe if your social media is strong, is that what you're going to use? Are you going to just, sample people? There are many ways to go about it. Are you going to have sponsored ads for the cakes that you do? So you really have to have a strategy, and have the right strategy, so that you don't end up, sometimes sometimes it's good to take a risk, yes, but when you're taking the risk, you have to be conversant of the environment and how much risk you can take, then formulate your strategy having that in mind. The other one is, remember, there are very conniving people in trade. So there are people who really cannot bake, but they take pictures of other people, they steal them online, and then they say these are my cakes, then they deliver bad cakes. Some will say they can bake, then they never deliver and a client has paid. So there are people in the industry who are making it hard for genuine people to break into the industry, because newbies nowadays are not easily trusted, because no one wants to give their 3,000 shillings and then have a bad cake or not have a cake delivered. So you have to know, as part of your strategy when you're breaking in, there's the issue of some people who are making new bakers have a really bad name. So put that in your mind as well as you're getting into it, and put it in your break into the market strategy. Then remember, you have to be consistent at 1, baking quality cake. Number 2, communicating and passing outward that you are baking. Consistency. Because if you bake a cake, today is good, tomorrow is not, then you lose customers. Yeah. If you're not consistently showing your craft to people, then, because for example now social media is so crowded, you kind of get lost to the people who have already made it in that space. And remember, when you're starting out, and especially for you who is taking it as a part-time, the challenge is people want cake. So if someone wants cake on Wednesday, you have to be able to deliver cake on Wednesday. Now imagine your strategy is good, you're communicating, you're telling people you can bake, and then someone calls, oh, I want a cake for my child, I want you to take it to school Wednesday morning, but you cannot. So let's say you get like 3 orders and then you cannot deliver because of the time. You see now where the challenge sometimes comes in. Yeah. So you have to be aware or communicate. Maybe you can be clear and say you would, if you have a tight job 8 to 5 Monday to Friday, you can say you do your cakes on weekends, so that people can know she bakes really good cakes, but for her it's for this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday kind of thing. Maybe if you are able to bake at night during the weekday, you can bake at night, then organize for delivery while you are at work, then even that works. So it is for you to know that for you to gain ground, to sit ground as a baker, you have to be available to bake and provide your services and the products at any time a customer wants a product. That will make it easier. Vis-a-vis saying I only do it on Saturday or Sunday, you would rather burn the midnight oil, bake, find a means to deliver during the day. Over time, if that's what you want, you can fully transition from your 8 to 5 to your cake business, if that is the direction that you want to take. The other thing is about costing. Oh my God, you have to do the costing right. And many people, you'll want to sell more, then you cost your cakes low. So you'll hear, oh, these people who are charging, I don't know, 1,200 per kg, then you cost yours at 1,200 per kg. But remember, every business is different, your skill level is different, the type of cake is different, where you buy your ingredients is different, the ingredients you use, the integrity of the ingredient you use is different. People who are also churning out a lot of cakes just based on turnover can afford to have lower prices. Yeah, so if you bake 1 cake a week, you cannot be at the same price point with someone who bakes like maybe even 5-10 cakes every day. Economies of scale. So you have to get your costing right, and you remember to pay yourself as you cost, because you're not doing charity work. It is a business. If it is a business you're establishing, get your costing right, then start it well so that your customers are aware this is the pricing of so-and-so. So if I want cake from them, this is the price that I can pay, and when I pay for that price, this is the product I will get. The value for money is there. Do not also just price because you hear a kg can be costed at 4,500. Then you say you're costing it yours at 4,500. Remember, a customer will always want to know, if I'm paying for this much, what is the value that I'm getting for paying for that much? So I think that is it. Set your standards, your quality, keep your promises, have integrity, do your costing right. Is it a passion you have that you can do daily as work, as a source of revenue for you, for your family? You're not the only one doing it. There's a lot of competition out there. You have to find how will you separate yourself from competition, from the rest. How will you reach your audience and your market? Who is your market? How do you communicate with your market? Then just believe in yourself. You will not wake up day one and just sell 10 cakes. You might sell a cake a month, but eventually, if you're consistent is the word, you will eventually get there. So keep at it. It's a good business. If you cost yourself right, the money is there. And people love cake. People eat cake all the time. Children are being born every day. People are celebrating things all the time. Graduations are happening every year. Plus, people even take cake just because, yeah? So it is a good business. Feel encouraged, but get ready to do the work. Hope I have helped you. Do not forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe. See you next week.